D&Dark is an absurd, over-the-top comedy horror adventure that is intended for older audiences. Content warnings can be found in the episode descriptions.
Hello and welcome to D&Dark, a comedy horror adventure Realplay podcast, loosely based on Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, and starring some of history's most infamous monsters. I'm Danger Dan Jerz, and I'm your host, / Crypt Keeper.
Hello, my name is Daniel Cruz, and I play Imhotep the Mummy, a mummy lord, cleric of the Death Domain, mummy lord as of last session.
Hell yeah.
Where I got to make my way into Disland, and with very few options left, I had to jump into a pool of primordial grossness where infernal and abyssal powers fought over the shape of Imhotep's soul, but thankfully, he has a strong enough will that he was able to overcome and come out changed, but stronger.
Hi, everyone. I'm Ben Magnet. I play Mary Frankenstein, our barbarian paladin. And last time, I finally had some heart-to-heart feelings conversation with the Phantom. And the whole time, the Phantom was like, I don't want to do this. But I made Phantom do the impossible. I actually surprised him by not gagging at seeing his unmasked face. I think he was more surprised than I was that I rolled so high on my saving throw. But anyways, yeah, we had a big heart-to-heart. And as Ben, I'm pretty sure he's trying to mess with me, but as Mary, I am believing him that he can be redeemed because, you know, oath of redemption vow and all that jazz. So, yeah, that's going to be a thing that's probably going to come back to haunt Mary later down the line, but we're not thinking about that so far. But as we're also, myself and Larry are looking through the paintings, trying to figure out how we save these poor people because, you know, because their souls are trapped in paintings and whatnot. Larry gets the idea of, hey, we know someone with a certain scythe that could rip souls out of things.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, and now Mary's like, Osiris, damn it, Odin, damn it, all these other gods, damn it. And he's like, you know what? Okay, I guess we're gonna go see the witch. But secretly, Mary is actually really excited because he wants some payback.
I mean, she didn't do anything to us.
I just like killing witches. It's just fun.
Oh, okay. You just racist against witches, gotcha.
You're racist against vampires. Let's not go pointing fingers.
Yeah. Very blatantly, too.
All of us have to have our faults.
Hey, guys, I'm not racist anymore. I lied. I'm now even more racist than before.
I'm Grayson. This is the guy that, you know, has been playing that one semi-invisible dude. Last episode, Jack was able to chat with Larry and kind of came to terms with that he was putting too much on Larry and made an apology for it, and then shared the thing that's kind of been eating at him a little bit, kind of silently, and opened up a little bit. After Mary and Phantom were done downstairs, Jack headed off to go and start collecting the paintings of some of the patrons. And he's going to move them down into the basement area. And if I remember correctly, I think that's pretty much it. That's where Jack is right now. He's collecting shit and putting stuff away.
Hi, I'm Jordan. I play Larry Talbot, a lycanthropic warlock. And last time, yeah, it was just a lot of like emotional recovery from our big, great battle and just talking with everybody and feeling it out. And Larry kind of post all of that is like, I don't know if I'm really good at talking to people. Like, I tried to have a good conversation with Jack, and I think I said something good and helpful, but I'm not really sure. But now that I think about it, the last person I tried to like give a motivating talk of like, yeah, take control of your life, improve it, we can defeat our qualms together, monkey pawed himself to death. So I don't know if I should pep talk to anyone anymore, but I want to help. And and then the great revelation with
I mean, you did a great Uno reverse on the little mantra that I tried to give you, and I was just thinking to myself, like, I had a different meaning for it, and then you flipped it on me, and I'm like, damn, that was too damn good. So
if my own words don't work, I'll steal yours.
His true power.
Yeah, so Larry's hoping that he said the right thing, but honestly, he never knows. He doesn't think he's very good at this thing. But Regardless, we did come to the unfortunate conclusion that one of our next steps should probably be confronting Carrionite, which Larry has had some more recent interactions with during our big dimensional party split, and he's got a word or two to say to her.
Uh-oh.
After he just realized he's not good with words. Not just realized, but reflected on.
Hello, everyone. I'm Aaron. I play the Phantom of the Opera, our bard. And I circumvented an earnest conversation with Mary Frankenstein last week using the only power that I have, stats. After escaping from that very vulnerable and scary conversation, feeling a little bit better, actually, knowing that Mary accepts the horrible, twisted visage of my soul experienced through my face. And I went to Jack to, pick up my book. I've got everything I need to sing a really cool song. And Phantom doesn't know this, but he's been lied to. And we'll see what the consequences of that are.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Once again, the consequences of my own actions.
The old enemy.
All right, and with that, let's go confront the consequences of our actions.
Oh boy!
Before we start anything, Jordan, card of the day.
Card of the day. I pulled the Magician and the Hierophant. Hey, Dan, are we going to be running into any undead?
I will neither confirm nor deny.
Yeah, I'll actually pick the Magician and consider proficient in Arcana. Proficiency bonus is double. Choose a wizard cantrip, you know it, and once per short rest, you can cast Magic Missile without expending spell slot. I'm a wizard! Waha!
Fireball!
Fireball!
So anyway, back in Diz, Imhotep, having emerged from the primordial ooze, changed and evolved into his new mummy lord form, has been acknowledged by the statue of Dizpatter, and left in your hand is a little flimsy metal button that says Club 32. The 2 is scratched off and there's a 3 next to it.
Good. He's going to awkwardly fumble and pin that onto his robes. So now that he has the pin, he's gonna kind of walk up to a slightly more important looking devil and be like, "Excuse me, I need to speak to Dizpatter."
And this devil, as he is directing traffic and moving people into these small, cartoonish suburban houses as they're awaiting their turn for the elevator, looks at you, sees the badge, and does the little 2-finger point in the direction of New Orleans Square.
Yes, definitely not the we photoshopped the cigarette out of Walt's hand point. So he picks up his rock and he starts to power walk towards New Orleans Square.
You have perfectly timed it out to be directly in between another round of parades down Main Street, as more Hellfire engines, more soldiers, and more imps and devils continue to make their way down. So you stop and wait for a little bit. Ben, if you have anything that you want to do here and now, go for it. Otherwise, we'll just keep moving on.
Ladies and gentlemen, ghosts and ghouls, Disland proudly presents our nighttime spectacular parade, 1 Million Nightmares. The show will begin in just a few minutes, so please sit down, don't move, and whenever you do, no flash photography. Because if you flash photography, then that adds another 10,000 years to your sentence.
Excellent. So then Imhotep stops and waits an inconveniently long time for this procession to pass before the streets are
Who
cleared.
comes to these parks for these shows anyway? They're here for the rides.
You hear one Dizland adult going, no, actually the shows are more coherent with what Dizpatter's true vision for this park was. And also these shows are the best. I always come here for the shows.
Silence.
The person who was accompanying this just looks over to you and mouths, "Thank you."
But then they turn around and take a flash photo. So.
Oh my god.
Both Ben and Daniel, if you don't have a point of inspiration.
Teamwork. Woo!
Woo!
And then Imhotep, you are able to continue along towards the acid rivers that flow their way around the small island that is just off the coast of the New Orleans Pavilion. spurting out little clouds of poison as they disintegrate the land around them and bake into the swampy exterior. The crowds are massively thinning over here, and you're seeing more iconography and signs of the exclusive club that you have entered yourself into. And they lead you towards the edge of this river where a small ferryman takes a look at your badge and signals for you to hop aboard.
So I do just that.
When you get across to the island, you're going to want to go through the main central cavern. It'll take you down into the executive offices. Just be cautious, you are actually just in time for a demonstration. So whether you want to stick around for that or not, that is up to you and is your funeral.
Okay.
And the boat ferries you across to this island where you see this robed imp that is fiddling with some controls, who sees you and your badge, gets a wicked grin on their face, and says, "You're just in time for the demonstration."
What are we demonstrating?
All the powers of my imagination!
Hell yeah.
And he presses a button, and the ground begins to rumble beneath you as this cavern opens up, and billowing plumes of smoke and fog and mist emerge around you. A mechanical clockwork dragon begins to ascend from out of the ground, grabbing onto the rock formations around, letting out a big bellowing roar and plume of fire, and I'm gonna roll to see if the dragon malfunctions.
Can I, instead of that, can I just look at the dragon and just flick a sacred flame at it?
Go for it. He's not going to dodge. It's just gonna happen.
Okay, then he's going to take 2d8 radiant damage, but it's in the form of fire.
Your magic interferes with the electronics, and as it lets out this blast of fire, it catches fire, and the imp nearby with the controls gets a panicked look on his face, looks over to you, and says, "Run!" And I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no.
Is there a siren nearby that someone has to throw a towel over?
That's an 8. I'm not gonna use my point on that. That's an 8.
Are you sure?
Okay, whatever the DM is, we reuse it. That's a nat 20.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
The times we don't face the consequences of our actions.
With a nat 20, you will only take a quarter damage as the dragon explodes. So that is 66 fire damage and 66 piercing damage.
Oh my god.
As shrapnel goes flying everywhere.
Okay, so I'll do the fire first. So it's 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That leaves me at 32 HP. Then the next one is 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 36 divided by 4. So I took 9 damage.
Go ahead and narrate and describe how you protect yourself from this exploding clockwork dragon.
I kind of want to lean into the edginess.
Yes.
So Imhotep now has this wing that is wrapped in sacred bindings. And as the dragon starts to like collapse and all that stuff, they unwind from the wing and he puts up some magical warding thing. It pushes him back and he lands a little bit in the acid, which is why he is hurt. But he kind of like tries to like play it off as like he's super cool and badass. But like inside he's like panicking a little bit. Let me do a performance just to see how well he holds this up. That's a 4. Oh. So after all this big display of like unwrapping the wing, the bandages making sigils in the air and like pushing the flames and explosions around him, and he steps backwards into the stuff, he slowly turns to the imp. I'd like to see your bust, please. He's very poorly trying to hide how much that scared him. He's mostly scared because if he dies again, he has to go and talk to the fucking Mephistopheles one more time.
And then the imp looks down at you blankly as he takes out a notepad and scribbles down, muttering to himself, "The soul-powered machinery is volatile, but useful." Then points towards the cavern where the dragon emerged from, as he says, "Go right ahead. I have to continue the presentation as just some jackass on a pillar now." And then he very unenthusiastically waves his arms around and starts throwing firebolts.
You hear like a child imp who was watching the show goes over to the one of the cast members and like, "That's not right. Where's the dragon? The dragon's better." And the cast member's like, well, you see one of the good imps cast a spell that it can't turn into a dragon anymore. Is the dragon broken? The dragon's broken, isn't it? It's like, no, it just the good imp cast a spell. Just please enjoy the show, kid.
The cast member saying all of this while actively pulling shrapnel out of their uniform.
Yeah.
And then the kid takes a flash photo.
And then Imhotep descends into the cavern and enters into a very corporate-looking waiting room.
Ew.
He sees a long stretch of seats and a little ticket marker that says "take a number" and a screen above that says "now serving number 3", and the ticket is number 5726.
Yeah.
He pulls the ticket, looks at the 3, looks at the ticket, looks around for the person within 3.
There is nobody else in this waiting room.
So he walks up to the person, holds the ticket upside down, and goes, "I am 3. I'm here for discussing. I can talk. I am here to meet with Mr. Dispatter." He's holding it upside down.
Roll either performance, persuasion, or deception.
All right, we'll do persuasion. That
yeah.
is a 7.
This very exhausted-looking imp looks down at your ticket and then just points back towards the chairs to take a seat.
I then pivot and I show them the badge.
Their eyes then light up, and their eyes don't light up. They're too broken.
Yeah, why do you have to be so relatable?
So they see your badge, write down a little notation, hit a buzzer, and then the doorway swings open.
Thank you. He just makes his way inside.
And as you make your way inside, you go down a long, narrow corridor with a whole bunch of Employee of the Month portraits all around you on either side that are just identical images of Screamboat Willie.
Good.
And you walk a very long ways down this hallway before it curves off into a sharp turn to another very long precipitous hallway to a sharp turn to another waiting room. And then we will cut back to everyone else.
Hey.
So jumping back to everyone else, back in the desiccated chamber where Dorian's painting was stored, you have all been in the process of moving the paintings down here for safekeeping and for just ease of access when you are ready to release the souls. You basically have gotten pretty much all of the affected paintings down here. You are just finishing up on that front. Is there anything any of you would like to do immediately?
Yeah, as Jack's just kind of putting them all somewhere in a general, easy access area. Because, we're not going to walk all the way to very far back just to go help people. That's way too much effort. So he's just kind of leaning them up against the wall and the pews. And then he remembers where Mary was fighting. And he's going to just kind of do a general look around.
Go ahead and roll either perception or investigation.
And disadvantage still because I'm still tired.
Sleepy boy.
Yeah. Ooh, that's actually not bad. I rolled an 18 and a 19.
Oh, sweet.
Hey.
As you are looking over the desiccated grounds and just kind of reminiscing, you see the remains of the picture frame where Dorian's portrait was. And even though all traces and essence of Dorian's actual painting itself have been sponged away, you do still feel a little bit of magical energy emanating from out of it.
You know, just because he was kind of a dick, I'm going to find the nearest rock and just kind of kick it at the painting.
Nice, get him.
And as you do, the rock goes through the frame into a little bit of the cartoony background of the portrait.
What the shit? Jack's going to go ahead and look a little bit closer at it. So the rock fell deeper than just the flat surface of the painting, right?
Yes, it went into the frame and onto the canvas as opposed to out the back. So there is now an illustration of the rock where you had kicked it in.
Cute.
Illustration. Oh, shit. Okay. And you said it's magical. This didn't work out for me last time, but I want to.
You gonna poke it?
Yeah, I kind of want to poke it.
Yeah.
Your finger goes through the canvas and a small little illustration of it appears in direct relation to however deep you push your hand through. And you get that kind of like hand falling asleep buzz as you do. But you are able to quickly retract your hand back out, the illustration disappears, and you are fine.
I was gonna ask, can he chalk zone?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, did I?
You can just hop in there?
I can go 2D.
Chalk zone's not the worst comparison. So basically what's happening there, within this portrait, there is a tiny miniature demiplane that you can store stuff in. It is not a thing you can traverse, but it's essentially a slight variation on a bag of holding that is not lethal to put a person inside of.
Ooh.
In the great words of Ringo Starr, I've got a hole in me pocket.
Oh my god. I know what accessory we're going to turn Dracula into.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gonna Luigi Mansion him.
So go ahead and add to your inventory the enchanted picture frame.
Hell yeah.
Ooh.
Okay. So, yeah, cool. Thank you.
I can't wait to see the hijinks that ensues with that sucker.
Oh, me neither.
Yeah, I know I'm going to regret giving you guys that, but I'm excited to see what you do with it.
The creativity shall pursue.
As Jack is doing his thing, Mary just takes a good look. Is like, okay, Jack, I know I can't really see you, but damn, dude, you look like you use a nap.
I mean, thanks. I gotta say, Phantom had me running up and down that tower. I don't know what his actual plan was. Well, I mean, I do, but I kind of don't want to tell you. But
Pretty screwed up to blame me for your like multi-tier exhaustion you got for evil magic.
hey, you're not here. Yeah, I don't know. I there was some things that kind of happened just this entire time. I've just not 100% been on it. How have you been?
Well, better. But I think a lot of us have going through the same thing at this point.
Larry in the background is holding like 3 pictures and is trying so carefully not to trip on anything, but he cannot see where he's going.
Larry, to the left. To the left.
Left?
Can I go to assist Larry before he drops anything?
Go for it. Roll sleight of hand.
Oh god, don't drop and kill the innocents.
I'm trying not to.
Oh wow, my sleight of hand's a 0. Okay.
Can I assist?
Sure, roll with advantage.
Okay, cool. That was 10.
Oh.
And that's a 13.
Hey.
With a 13, Larry begins to drop one, and you're able to catch it. The figure on the inside gets a little bit jostled, and you hear a small crash and spilling of silverware
Oh, shoot.
in the floor
It's
above you.
Fine. I mean, the good news is that we're hiding everything down here, so now we 100% know that nothing bad can happen. We just have to make sure that we lock that door before we head out.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and cut to Phantom.
Heck yeah.
So Phantom, as you are making your way through the streets of Windsor, you see a lot of the population that are coming and going are a bit more uneasy and in somewhat of a fugue state. They're shaking their heads a bit in confusion, straining their vision, and just kind of stumbling around a little bit awkwardly as they're going to and fro.
Interesting.
And then, approaching where the carriage is parked, you feel a deep sense of dread and unease as the energy of the Necronomicon is emanating from out of it. And the first thing that you see as you round the corner towards where the carriage is that the horses drawing the carriage have been corrupted by the energy of the book.
Our horses.
And you see them charred with blackened skin and matted fur, their manes replaced with flames on their heads, and with a demonic look in their eyes as they are currently eating a couple of dead socialites
Oh my god!
on the ground in front of them.
No. I guess we haven't fed them in all this time, huh?
I mean,
They look up at you with a deranged look in their eyes and stare as you approach.
oh shit.
Well, I don't feel like it's really safe for us to use you as our carriage motivators anymore. So, I'm going to cast Unseen Servant.
They're gonna go on strike again.
I'm going to have the Unseen Servant unhitch the horses and give them ass smacks to, leave town.
As the unseen servant unhitches them, they make direct eye contact with the servant the entire time, slowly kind of lean back and take some more nibbles out of the dead bodies in front of them.
Oh my god, not nibbles.
And then as they're unhitched and smacked and sent away, they let out a distorted whinny, gallop off, and disappear into the ethereal plane, leaving behind a trail of flaming hoof prints.
Well, that was equal parts cool and unsettling. I'll have to tell Larry about that. I would now like to investigate the carriage.
Hey, I told you exactly where to go.
Yeah, I should probably be with disadvantage since I was misled, not to shoot myself in the foot.
Yeah, go ahead and roll investigation at disadvantage.
11.
With an 11, the book isn't where he said it was. And you can't necessarily pinpoint, just from your initial once-over, where the book is hidden. It will take you a few more successive checks to be able to find it with that result.
No, I knew that it was going to come to this. So I sigh, look down. Oh, Jack. Why? And then I'm going to cast Animate Object and turn our cart into Speed Buggy.
Why speed buggy?
Another fairly self-explanatory spell, but please describe Animate Object.
Of course. How big is the classification on our carriage? I
I would say the carriage counts as a large object.
Cool. Objects come to life at your command. Choose up to 10 non-magical objects. 10? What the heck? Anyway, that are not being worn or carried. Medium objects count as 2, large count as 4, huge count as 8. You cannot animate anything larger than huge. Each target animates and becomes a creature under your control until the spell ends or until reduced to 0 hit points. Since our carriage is large, it gets...
I'm going to edit that to huge.
Ooh, thank you. Since our carriage is huge, it gets 80 hit points. It gets a +8 to hit, does 2d12 plus 4 damage, and has an AC of 18.
I hope it just runs away.
It just it's under my control.
Oh,
It
okay.
just rocks. Anyway, I'm going to ask the carriage to please, buck out the book.
Roll animal handling with advantage.
+5, 16.
There you go.
With a 16, as the carriage comes to life, I'm trying to think how to anthropomorphize this carriage. I'm going to say it just kind of shakes and rattles, opens up its doors, fanning them out, up and down, and a small compartment from under the seats jostles and buckles as the seat covers lift up, and a small box extends out, jumping from underneath the seat, where the Necronomicon sits and waits as bloodied, blackened music notes
Yes.
continue to spill out from the pages.
I will lift up the book. Does touching it at this point have any negative effects? Like, it seems to be getting more volatile, so I just want to...
It's going to be an insanity check. Roll a D100.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Don't say that, Aaron.
74.
The character experiences uncontrollable tremors or tics, which impose disadvantage on all attack rolls, ability checks, and saving throws involving strength or dexterity. So you become jittery and unstable as you take this book, and find yourself unable to fully stop yourself from tremoring.
As I'm holding it and I'm shivering, I'm gonna press to digitate a music stand so I can just open the book and put it on a stand so it's not jittering while I read it. And then I would like to sing the song.
All right. And I will cut back to Imhotep.
Dan, why do you do this to us?
Dramatic tension.
So Imhotep, having made your way through 3 layers of waiting rooms and an increasingly long span of ever-winding hallways, you finally begin to start seeing doors with name placards. And you make your way towards the very back of this hallway where a vault door awaits, with the name placard above saying, "The Office of Dizpatter."
Of course he's in the vault. Of course he's in the Disney vault. I guess I knock on the vault door. Am I big enough to open it, or is it like a massive vault door?
It is a massive vault door, but you are able to open it without too much strain.
Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start to pull the door open.
And as you do, a small layer of smoke along the floor begins to trickle out, welcoming you into a well-furnished office that has, running down the middle, a large sheet of indestructible plain glass, separating you from the Devil Lord Dizpatter, who is sitting behind this large, smoke-filled chamber. And you can see, as you walk in, some sparks emanating out from a forge as he is finishing hammering together a 9-iron golf club.
Awesome.
I kind of approach the glass, knock on it. Excuse me, I am here about the Boulder trial.
He looks up at you, walks over to his desk, hits an intercom button, and says,
"Please, have a seat. I'll be with you in a moment."
He kind of awkwardly twiddles his thumbs and has a seat. He's kind of getting impatient at this point.
He finishes hammering together the rest of this club, examines it, and steps forward towards the edge of the glass, and says to you,
"I've been watching your little journey through this layer and some of the preceding layers. I have my own network of informants, and I must say, I'm impressed with the work you have done. You and I are somewhat kindred spirits. We have an old-fashioned work ethic about us. You understand what it takes to put in a hard day's work for a hard day's effort. After all, you built the pyramids. Am I correct?"
I was a part of building. I assisted. I did not lift the stones myself. But yes, I was there.
Of course, you're above that station in life, as are many of my associates. I, however, while I do appreciate my fair share of dedication, do take pride in hammering out the iron of my own volition. This city that you see around you, what do you take of it?
I find it is morbid, yet marvelous that you're able to funnel those that you need to fight your wars so easily here, as if it is almost engineered in such a way.
I appreciate both your candor and your flattery. This city was in disarray when I got my hands on it. It was left neglected and cast aside by Mammon. See, he only appreciates the monetary value of things and doesn't seem to think further. After all, money is, in fact, power, but the money itself is not what's powerful. It's what you do with it. And he is too afraid to lift a finger and spare a single penny for what could be, and what you see is in the process of becoming a marvelous craft of engineering. Now, enough about my tragic kingdom that will soon be not so tragic.
Oh my god.
I want to discuss what you're here for.
He holds up the rock and he says, when I departed from Nessus, this was much, much larger. I am led to believe that very few make it this far in the trial. I believe that I will be the first. And he kind of puts the rock into a spot where Diz can see it. I have put my work ethic to its test, and I believe that those in the mortal planes still need it from me. I would ask you to stamp my boulder and let me be along my way and bring my own version of industry to the mortal planes again.
And he takes a look down at the rock glock. Smiles.
I did want to ask, is this the rock or is this the boulder? Because Mammon was like, hey, get this rock as close to Diz as you possibly can, and we might have something extra to talk about.
I completely forgotten about that.
You're specifically saying rock, so I'm like, are you pulling an old switcheroo here? But never mind.
It's not just a boulder, it's a rock. I had to say it. You
had to. Someone had to.
Thank you.
Here's what I will do with that rock. I am sitting at the desk, right?
Correct.
While I'm presenting him with the rock glock, I'm going to kind of drop it out of my bag and kick it against the desk.
Roll sleight of foot.
Here we go. This is going to be bad. Oh, no, that's a 19, actually.
With a 19, he will continue to stare and marvel at the rock glock, and then look up at you.
I made that myself.
That is some fascinating craftsmanship. I see you've learned a thing or two from your time down here. Tell me, what have you observed from the other Devil Lords?
They are vain, paranoid, deceitful, dishonest, rude in some cases, incredibly powerful, and all intensely paranoid in some way, shape, or form.
Have you noticed any of them beginning to lose their grip on their lair?
Levistus is currently stuck in a block of ice, while Gary, and Gary are working to take Stygia from him.
Ah, so I see that hasn't changed. Interesting. Well, I'm sure you've gathered in your time coming to and from the various layers that there is quite a bit of rumor and disrest and distrust of the Devil Lord Asmodeus, the king of these 9 hells.
Yes.
Do you know anything about his recent disappearance?
Would I have heard about the disappearance? Would Imhotep have heard about that?
I think Balzabul brought it up.
Okay. He kind of nods and says, I believe I have heard about it from one of the other lords.
Well, let me fill you in on a little bit more information about it. Before I offer to stamp your contract, I will need you to deliver some information on my behalf, and I'll give you this little bit for yourself, for free. After all, my proximity to Avernus and my maintaining a stranglehold on the traffic and the ebb and flow of all of the souls here in the 9 hells gives me a bit of a finger on the pulse of our information. When Asmodeus went missing, we were winning the blood war against the Abyss.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
And the pendulum invariably swung back the other direction. Now, Asmodeus has made his return and has begun the process of reclaiming the hells for ourselves. But that is the reason why I sit where I do, and he sits where he does. He may have the power and control of the hells, but being the man in charge, he also carries the brunt of the expectations and the vulnerabilities. And where is the real power in a kingdom? Is it from the pharaoh in charge? Or is it from the people who sit at his right hand, carrying out the day-to-day work? The clergymen, like yourselves, who do the actual building of their monuments.
Where are you going with this?
Simply that I want to maintain and embolden and empower my position as the leader of layer number 2. Number 1 has the target on their head, and number 2 has all of the power and all of the control. So here's what I want you to do for me, as a way to help bolster and embolden my city. I need you to send a message to number 3. We've been getting a little bit of unrest since Mammon and I made our deal to swap our layers and exchange our control. He was a bit more short-sighted than I, and is beginning to get frustrated and ungrateful for his lot in life. After all, I pay a dutiful tithe towards him, but that isn't enough for him. He wants all of the control and all of the power without any of the work or expenses. He doesn't understand that you need to spend money to make money, and simply wants it all for himself. So I need you to step up toward this pane of glass. I will impart a message on those wrappings of yours, and I want you to deliver it to Mammon.
I hope you realize I'm looking to go forward, not backward, right? We are clear on this?
Oh, I understand. And I will sign your contract and reduce that boulder by 1 size immediately. You simply will have this message on your back until it is delivered. And I have eyes everywhere to know whether that message makes it to its intended destination or not.
Very well. I don't like this, but you leave me no other choices.
Excellent. It's a pleasure doing business with you.
So then, as you approach the glass pane, he takes the 9 iron, generates a few golf balls, and begins sending them off away from the pane of glass as he waves a hand, and you feel etching and inscribing on your sacred wrappings. Overwriting the runes on them, there is a message that begins to creep their way up along your arms, along your shoulders, and completely overtaking your wrappings.
Another condition I might add is that this message is private. You don't want any prying eyes getting a hold of this, other than the Devil Lord Mammon. That is not so much a stipulation as it is a warning.
And he then, in the other direction, swings a golf ball towards the glass that then embeds itself in the glass directly in front of where your face is, which then leaks out, dissipating into smoke, wraps around your boulder, which then decreases by 1/8. And your rock glock is now a pebble shooter.
Woo!
That's so cute.
He's literally gonna put what's left of the rock lock into his bag, and that's how he's carrying it.
Nice.
And with that, he kind of nods and I guess tries to like pull his robes up a little bit around the message so that it's a little bit better hidden, and makes his way back out, I guess.
Feel free to take your time. After all, time is money, and the more of it you waste, the more upset Mammon will be.
How'd you know?
And then the vault of its own volition spirals closed behind you.
With that, I'm gonna just start making my way back out and start trying to make my way towards... Should I go to Avernus? Should I make my way to Avernus? Or... Yeah, I guess I will start making my way towards Avernus and hope I don't die.
Yeah, fuck him.
All right, we'll cut back to Phantom.
Oh, lordy.
Oh, here we go.
What are you doing?
So, the description I want, I'm not going to sing this one because I want it to be good. The description of this one, the song is angry and, like, invokes a sense of death and revenge on the, like, man voice. But underneath, to complement it, is like a mourning, slow sadness that comes in from the simultaneous use of my own voice and Christine's voice coming out of the conch to make like a sick duet.
As you ready that song, and as you release Christine's voice from the conch to sing her part, there is a small little echo of her last words. Wishing I could hear your voice again, knowing that I never would. To rub some salt in the wound.
Okay, well, yeah, it hurts.
Before you begin your ceremony. And as you do this ridiculously specific duet, the ground begins to rumble beneath you, and clouds start to billow overhead as the sky darkens and the air around you begins to thicken with a vibrant electric feel. Not actual lightning, but just tension. And everyone leaving the art gallery sees this environmental change beginning to happen.
Guys, you feel that?
Oh no, this can't be good.
I think once again we left Erik alone for a little bit too long.
Oh, we need to have like a buddy system with that man.
We really do.
It begins to lightly rain, and a crackle of electricity spikes across the sky, and the flash and vein remains. As it begins to peel back, and the rain turns into blood as a hole is left in the sky where that crackle of energy came from. And sprawling waves of dark necrotic energy pulse out of it. Phantom, go ahead and roll Arcana.
18.
With an 18, as you are pulling forth the energy of the abyss, you feel an incredible amount of collateral damage leaking through. And you very faintly sense the presence of Imhotep just out of reach, behind the monstrosities that you are starting to call forth. And the book is beginning to spiral its music notes around your arms as you are continuing this song and pulling forth this energy. And even if you wanted to stop, you feel the book compelling you to keep going. Roll a D100 on the insanity table.
Ooh, this one's a double up. Oh dear. Ooh, 3.
Interesting. So, this music that wraps itself around you, and these dark, shadowy, bloodied music stabs and notes that spiral their way up your arms begin to swivel around your head, and you will experience vivid hallucinations and have disadvantage on all perceptory-based ability checks until your next long rest, as not your vision so much as your cognizance is becoming corrupted by this song and by this magic. And I will say at this point, everybody else starts to arrive as you see shadowy entities and various demonic monstrosities beginning to emerge from this rift.
Erik, what are you doing?
Well, I'm singing, so I can't actually answer that.
And your face is like covered in awful evil tendrils. Would it be possible? This might be bending the rules a little bit. Could I cast banishment on the book itself?
You can try.
Okay.
I will take the help action.
Yay!
It's a saving throw, right?
Yeah, it's a saving throw. Charisma saving throw.
What I will say on that front then, instead of doing the saving throw, roll your spellcasting modifier.
Okay.
Wait, but we need the book though, because Gonzo needs it.
It'll be temporary. I'm just disconnecting it.
Banishment only lasts for an hour.
Okay.
Yeah, alright.
But the DC for this, I'm going to set at 26.
Bug.
Oh.
Well, the first roll was a 3, so thank you for the help action. Come on. It's another 3. It doesn't work.
Will slamming the book shut interrupt the spell?
Roll strength, and then make a constitution saving throw.
With my strength, I rolled a natural 19 plus 3, so it's a 22.
Silvery barbs.
You
You dick. Alright, silvery barbs roll. Hey, Aaron?
Yeah.
You can take that silvery barbs and shove it up your ass. 20!
Yeah.
Damn it! Damn it! I give advantage to the book.
Jesus Christ!
All right, constitution saving throw.
15?
With a 15, that will only be one roll on the insanity table, so D100.
Oh my god.
I rolled a 58.
With a 58, roll a D4.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh no. 2.
2, until your next long rest, you are deafened.
Oh.
As this energy pulses out of the book as you're interrupting the song, the noise begins to fade away around you.
Can I try to continue the performance from memory until the book can force itself open?
Yes, what I will say, the book will have to remain interrupted for 3 turns total. So this is 1. So 2 more successful checks will need to be made to stop this magic from happening. And you can bolster it by trying to performance.
I have an idea for Jack of how he might be able to stop this.
Throw it at me.
Put him in the portrait!
Honestly, that did occur to me.
Portable hole him away! If we do that and then Mary sits on top of it.
So Phantom, go ahead and roll performance.
Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and DM Inspiration that one.
No!
Oh, no.
No! Don't you dare!
Oh, everyone, no. That's a 26.
Oh.
Wow.
Why you gotta be like this?
All right, with a 26, as you continue the song and the melody, the magic spiraling around you goes back towards the book and rips open the pages again. So the book is now opened. It still only needs to be interrupted 2 more times. You will have to force it shut again or interrupt it some other way.
I have an idea. Mary, if you can get your hands on the book, I have the broom, and you could just fly away.
What?
That's right! That's right! Oh no!
Okay, so Jack, your turn.
I will... He's singing, and he's not going to respond.
Where's Imhotep with silence when you need him?
Funny enough, you know what would stop him? The thing that he has and he is using and you don't. Oh, the irony.
Okay. You know, that's a good idea, Dan.
I'm going to go ahead and pull out the picture frame and throw it on the floor and tell Mary to toss the book in there.
I'm I'm thinking if you chuck both of them in, that disconnects them from this plane of reality, and I would think would break the spell in theory.
Well, I'm just separating the two elements because one's performing it and one's providing it. So...
Yeah, if he opens up a rift in the... But you're right, we should probably disconnect it too.
It's a pocket dimension, so I'm assuming that would also do the same thing that we're trying to attempt.
Yeah, it's just whether you send both of them or one or the other.
Yeah.
But
so that's what I'm doing. That's my action, and my bonus action. I will go ahead and do a help action for whoever's gonna try something.
Roll performance.
Yay.
Because he is deaf.
Oh god damn it! That's right.
I can't hear shit.
None of you have considered that this might be for the best. I had a whole plan.
You didn't talk to us. Someone didn't talk to us, so we don't know what's going on. All we know is that the book is going crazy, and the book affected me somehow. So I'm immediately thinking it's negative.
Mm-hmm. Our carriage is alive. There's a giant rift in the sky.
Yeah,
there are flaming hoof prints in a consumed body.
Thank you so much, Jordan. Dan, could you enter the carriage into this initiative for me?
No!
Damn.
That is a 12 on performance.
Mary, roll perception.
Okay, perception.
You're perceptive, right?
13? Oh, wait, am I doing math right? Yeah, I'm doing math right.
He barely sees me. He barely understands.
So you can tell that Jack is signaling something to you about the portrait, and you vaguely understand how the picture frame works. So do with that information what you will. Now it is Larry's turn.
Okay. I'm gonna try one more thing, and if it doesn't work, you two need to run away, because I'm gonna try something big. But I am going to try and rip away the conch from Phantom.
All right, make a contested sleight of hand roll. So Phantom sleight of hand, Larry sleight of hand.
10.
Okay, that's possible. 14 minus 1, 13.
Can my unseen servant make a help action for me?
You, Jack?
No.
Sure, so go ahead and roll that sleight of hand again.
Fucking Dan.
Well, it's a nat 1 now, so it's fine, I guess.
Yeah!
You can't beat the time-honored tradition of make Aaron roll for it, because it's just over.
So Larry, you are able to wrench away the conch. The music is still coming out of it, but you now have it in your possession.
Can I use my magician card to cast the cantrip on-off?
Oh my god.
Describe the cantrip on-off.
Allows you to activate or deactivate any electronic device within range as long as the device has clearly defined on or off function that can be, accessed.
Roll Arcana.
Okay.
And I will say just get above a 10, and you will deactivate the conch.
Okay. I have a +4 to Arcana, and I rolled a 6.
Oh.
Exactly 10.
Larry's the hero.
There's a switch here. Bunk.
So Christine's voice is no longer emanating from the conch. So I will count that as the second interruption. When it gets back to Phantom, you can try to restart.
Don't make me eat this thing.
Mary, it is your turn.
Right, I'm gonna roll a d12. Odds, I'm gonna go for Phantom. Evens, I'm going for the book. That is a 2. He's pointing to the hole, and he's pointing to Phantom/book. So I'm going to go for the book and try to yeet the book into the portrait.
Make a contested sleight of hand with Phantom at disadvantage.
But there's the help action too.
The help action would neutralize that, so it would be just a straight roll.
Okay, straight roll.
That's if you want to use it.
Am I feeling lucky right now?
You don't have to feel that lucky, because again, I had to roll a dice, so I do have a 3.
You know what? Yeah, we'll save the help action. I think I'm feeling okay with the disadvantage.
But you're gonna roll at disadvantage?
Dude,
He's just gonna beat a 3.
I just need to beat a 3.
You just... Okay.
Save it, because my disadvantage was a 6.
Also, just a heads up, the help action is for all allies. Just throw that out there.
Am I an ally? Are you helping me? May I take Invisible Mantel?
I mean, that's between you two. Like, whoever's turn it is, like, it's up to them.
Wait, what are you talking about?
I would like to take Invisible Mantel in this sleight of hand roll.
Okay.
No! Okay, well, it's still a 7. All right, let's not get wild.
Well, it's a 7 compared to a 6. So, Mary, you are not able to wrench the book away from Phantom, but still roll strength and a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
I'm so confused.
I'm sorry, like, it dawned on me that we haven't decided that he's not an ally.
He's been a little antagonistic guy.
I mean, the last thing that Jack remembers seeing is that, like, he tried to help Christine.
Yeah.
So,
All right, so my strength is 19, and my Constitution saving throw is a 17.
With a 17, only one roll on the insanity table.
Jesus.
With a 19, you are able to shut the book.
5.
With a 5, you now develop an obsessive compulsion. So you feel compelled to repeat a specific activity over and over again, such as washing hands, touching things, counting coins.
Closing this damn book.
So we can figure out in a little bit what that obsessive compulsion is.
Am I like stuck with this, or does it go away after a long rest?
This is one that you are stuck with until a greater restoration.
Oh, okay.
I believe a lesser restoration might work on this one too.
I have both spells, but I'm currently dead, so.
Yeah, it's a little.
it's okay. I got a rock.
And we're just hoping you'll spill out of the sky.
It's okay, Ben. You don't have to do all the things.
So the book is closed. The spell and the music are still spilling out briefly. If you can maintain this for one round, then you will successfully cut off this spell. But in the meantime, as it goes back around to Phantom, more and more creatures are beginning to tumble out of this rift in the sky. These winged boars begin to spill out. These snake people. These gorilla centipedes.
Gross. Oh, I hate that.
No.
Emerge from the holes as living shadows wrap around them and continue to expel themselves out. So now, Phantom, your turn again.
Yeah, let's do this. All right, well, I'm going to start with Phantasmal Force on Larry.
What the fuck?
Hey.
That's an intelligence saving throw.
Oh, I'm not a smart boy. 8.
16 is the DC. What you see is, it's very strange that it's the case, because you could have sworn he was standing somewhere else, but Jack is standing in front of you and asks you to give him the conch real quick because he thinks he can separate it from this plane by putting it in the portrait.
That's just something I gotta do, right?
I mean, you see that.
I mean, it's pretty darn convincing.
Phantom, make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, no. Oh, wow.
I don't like that.
I know.
It's a 15 on the die, but my saving throw plus is +3, 18.
Damn.
With an 18, you start to hallucinate and see double and triple of Larry handing you over the conch. But with your 18 save, you are able to still get it from the correct Larry.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I hand it
All right,
over.
well, that, I assume it's just like a bonus action to turn it back on.
I believe so. So the conch is activated again.
And that's going to be it for me. I don't feel like movement necessarily behooves me. So I'm going to have the carriage just tackle Mary to, like, let go of the book and get it open.
Go ahead and roll your to hit.
Jordan, I'm stressing out because there's nothing shit I can do here.
I gave myself advantage, so... Oh, no. I should have let it be dexterity. Only 18.
But 20 AC.
Yes, Paladin.
Paladin shield.
Even though this isn't necessarily how this works, I will say for flavor, like to marry mechanics and flavor, your danger sense kicks in. So the carriage will not be able to tackle Mary and interrupt him.
Damn. All right, well, it doesn't get a bunch of extra actions or anything, so... That's it.
All right, back around to Jack.
All right. Well, now that Phantom has cast a spell on one of our members.
Oh, we're not friends anymore now? Oh, I see. I didn't do the damage part. There could have been damage.
We haven't done damage to you either.
You did to my heart.
So who has the book?
The book currently is still being held by Phantom. Mary also has a grip on it. Mary has not been able to wrench it away from Phantom. The two of them are basically both jointly hanging on to the book.
Does Phantom have two hands on the book?
That's up to Phantom.
Probably not, right? Because I just had to get the conch back.
Yeah, you grabbed the conch from
I
me.
would say you have one hand on the book then.
I don't know how this is going to be received, but I have a feeling you're going to hate me. I'll have to probably do a roll, that's fine. I'll put a hand on the book, and I'll put a hand on Phantom's mask, letting him know my intention.
Oh, shoot.
Damn!
Ooh. I'm shaking because I'm like, I don't want to do that.
Roll intimidation with advantage and take a point of inspiration.
Fuck, man, I don't... Oh, God. And I think we went through another day, right? Or is that incorrect?
Another day has not technically passed yet.
Okay.
It's eventful.
I guess I gave you guys your long rest too soon.
Ah, God damn it. Why, Aaron? Why? That is a 15.
Phantom, make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, I gotta roll a dice. God damn it.
And you'll kind of hear me say, like, Phantom, don't make me do this. We don't know what's going on. You seem like you're partially in control.
So it was gonna be a 13, but I'm gonna take that advantage from the book. It's bolstering me to continue. It's not better. Silvery Barbs, your intimidation. So I'm at 13.
How many silvery barbs do you have?
Oh, let me take a picture of my spells. It's really great for the rest of our thing.
Well, it's supposed to be... Oh my god! Aaron's used 12 out of his 14 spell slots.
Oh, wow, okay.
It is supposed to only be one per turn, but as long as he keeps burning his resources...
I want to counterspell your silvery barbs.
Well, I cast it at 4th level because I had to.
My spells are 5th level because we leveled up. Ah! Ah!
So am I rolling or no?
Okay.
So the counterspell will negate the silvery barbs.
Oh, yeah. So my 15 does go through.
It does.
So, Phantom, he means it. If you keep this up, he will tear off your mask, and there is nothing you can do to stop him because both your hands are full.
You said I felt compelled to keep singing. I feel like if I failed the intimidation thing, I would want to stop. So what's my DC to break free of the book? For like a wisdom saving throw or something.
Up until this point, you were willingly going along with it. Now that you are fighting against it, I will say the DC to stop is 20.
All right. As a player, I don't really want to stop, but I figure I should, take Eric's feelings into account. Oh, sweet. I rolled a 5. No, I'm still going.
Hey!
Erik, sowing the seeds of your own misery.
Larry, it is your turn.
Okay. I think I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast on the Phantom because on a recent level up, I picked Repelling Blast, which for every Eldritch Blast hit, he will be knocked back 10 feet. And I see there is a little canal about 10 feet behind Phantom right now. All right.
Do I also need to roll D100 for holding the book?
Yes, you do need to roll a D100.
I think that's a 1. Because it's double zeros and then I got a 1.
Your 1 will make you blind for the next 10 minutes, but you have 15 feet of tremor sense.
Oh.
So you gain the daredevil or /Toph ability to see and sense through vibrations in the ground.
Rad.
All right, so Larry, your Eldritch Blast.
All right, so the first one is a 7, 8, 9, 10, unnatural 20 to hit.
Oh, it misses. Damn.
Oh, shucks. I should have remembered you took that paladin. And then the next one is a 14.
I guess I'm going in the canal.
Make a strength saving throw. And Mary, also make a strength saving throw to hang on to the book.
Okey-doke.
A 4 plus 7 is 11.
I'm so sorry. I rolled a natural 20.
God damn it.
Well, anyone gonna pull out a secret back pocket silvery barbs?
Bailey hops in the call.
Yeah! Bailey,
Silvery barbs.
yeah!
Here's what I will say with that, because Phantom, you for sure hold on to this book. I will leave it up to you with your nat 20, whether you and Mary are both pulled from the blast up to the edge of the canal, making it half the distance that the repelling blast would push you, or whether Mary's grip loosens and you and the book both fly into the canal.
I have a fun question to bring back up. How heavy am I?
Not very.
I mean, you do ping pong a lot.
I would like just me to be thrown over the lip of the canal, but the unseen servant keeps me up above the water.
Roll performance.
Okay. What kind of recourse do I have? Is there anything in the universe I could do to reroll this dice?
What was the result?
There is one thing I could do. It's a nat 1. But,
Silvery barbs yourself.
Asmodeus.
You make a devil's bargain?
Uh-huh.
All right.
And now I'm over the water, so only ranged stuff.
That nat 1 above your head, as it tilts over to a nat 20, you feel a slime-like energy overcome you, and a little phantom wisp of a slug crawls around that nat 1
Yeah!
and flips it over to a nat 20.
What the?
Let's go, Ball.
How?
It's Ball.
Zaboul. Specifically Ball Zaboul. It's not Ball.
Ball Zaboul. Yeah.
It's not Bahal.
Not Ball, god of murder.
Although, to be fair, to piggyback off a thing that Jordan said, the name Baal for a god is like the name John for a mortal. There are like 7 different entities named Baal with slightly different spelling.
We live in the chaos.
Anyway, so Phantom, you are in the canal, propped up by your unseen servant and bolstered by Balzaboul, and the ritual continues. The tear gets wider, and you see, as more creatures begin to spill out, you see it begin to kind of flicker and displace, and you see this vein expand and take up multiple areas across the sky. And you feel in the one nearest you that faint hint of Imhotep's energy gets a little bit stronger.
Oh shit, alright. Look, I might actually do what I said I was gonna do. You're all welcome.
I just wish I knew what it was.
The carriage is going to be set to just body block whatever's trying to come out over the water. Consider it holding its action to just like prevent whatever the team thinks of.
I believe it is still technically Larry's turn.
Oh shit. Oh wow. Oh damn, just so
God.
much happened. Sorry.
Yeah, I was looking and planning my next turn. Well, that was my action. I think I'm just gonna try and pivot to the side. Probably go like over there.
Okay, Mary, it is your turn.
I guess I just try to rush Phantom.
Okay, how do you attempt to get around the carriage?
You know what? As I'm running towards it, I leap up on top of the roof of the carriage, and essentially I use that as like a springboard in a sense, so I can just jump up and try to essentially WWE wrestling style body slam Erik into the water.
There's gotta be consequences for using a living carriage like that.
I will say make an acrobatics roll against the AC of the carriage to be able to try to vault over it.
All right.
The AC is an 18.
3.
Yes.
Oh, wait. Fun fact, I don't know how to read the order of these fucking things. I believe he fails still, but the AC is actually only 10. Go figure.
3 still will fail. So as you go to vault over the carriage, it will swivel around, intercept you, and pluck you out of the way. And now it is Phantom's turn.
Oh, let's be rude. Why not? Hey, Jack, how wise are you? What would you say your saving throw modifier is?
Pretty sure it's like a +7.
Oh, wow. Oh, well, then you don't have to worry about this at all. I polymorph you.
Bullshit.
What do you polymorph him into?
Well, let's see if he fails first.
Okay.
DC is 16.
Let's see. It's at disadvantage. That's a 7.
Fantastic. Ooh, gosh, what would be fun for a little invisible creature? Let's...
A dinosaur.
Actually, looking around at the horrifying monstrosities raining from the sky, I would like to turn him into a, tiny to scale of a millipede-sized gorilla
I
millipede.
knew you were going to go with that one.
All right, so a half-invisible gorillapede.
Oh my god, it's horrible.
Someone just smacked me.
So you're off the board, no more help actions from you.
So, what stat block should he look up?
If there's an insect or something, I'm sure.
There's plenty of insect ones.
Just someone step on me.
I chose a non-flying insect, by the way, so don't get any good ideas.
You can just say that I'm a slug.
And lastly, I will use my movement, a thing I didn't feel like using when I was surrounded, but now I'm on the other side of the water.
Oh, shit.
As you emerge from the other side of the canal, and more of these creatures begin to rain out, you see a distorted but familiar-looking mummy emerge and descend down to the ground before you on one wing.
Oh my god. There is our boy.
So Daniel, Imhotep from the abyss, is beginning to descend now back into the English countryside above this whole fray as all of this chaos and pandemonium is happening around you. You do feel a slight bit of magical interference as a wave, all of you do, but particularly Imhotep, you feel a wave of infernal energy begin to spike. And as you look around you, these tears in the sky from the abyss that have multiplied and spread out throughout the entire countryside, throughout the entire seaboard, and as far as you can tell, even spreading overseas, going all the way across the globe, begin to seal up one after another. And you begin to bristle slightly as you feel the mystical intervention of Mephistopheles, who is appearing in a vaguely humanoid form that I will leave up to Jordan's discretion to describe, and I will let you flavor how Mephistopheles is cleaning up this mess.
You see this cloaked billowing form with a very stereotypical wizard hat kind of cocked on their head, floats down. He flings out his arms, which these giant billowing sleeves come out and outflood all these little dark spectral entities, all tiny little cats. All these little cats that are gonna go up and they're gonna start painting the rifts in the sky, and as if pulling chains, Mephistopheles is going to zip all these tears closed, except for one, I imagine, as you guys are feeling this huge, immense crackling and storm and energy pouring out from Cania, just dumping down into the material plane as he's just pulling with all of his strength, all these things closed.
And then Imhotep, as you are bristling with an instinctive negative reaction to this cat that has tormented you so, you arrive on the ground near Erik and the Necronomicon. And I will turn it over to what you do as Mephistopheles, having sealed up everything and contained it down to this one last rift, vanishes back to the hells.
So there's just one rift spewing out demons?
Yes, that rift too is slowly being sealed shut. Mephistopheles has vanished, and a lot of these creatures are still running rampant, but as this last rift is beginning to close, the demonic entities that are closest to it are beginning to get pulled back in.
You know what I'm going to do? Oh, never mind. The casting time on the thing I was going to do is a 1 hour. I don't think I have 1 hour. I was going to attempt a planar binding and literally grab a demon out of the sky and force it as a minion.
Oh, you want more pets, do you?
Yes, I want more pets. Okay. Imhotep is going to look at Erik. What is Erik doing right now? What is the Phantom doing?
Is the song still going, Dan, or is this sort of the end state? This is it. We've done it.
This is the end state.
All right. Phantom lowers to the ground, the unseen servant sort of dissipating, looks exhausted, crumples to the floor, jitters a little bit, but looks up at Imhotep and says, ta-da!
So, Imhotep, you can see that he's very much changed. It is the same clothes, but he has a horn jutting out from one side of his head. He has this wing that has been wrapped in bandages. He has runes that are different colors running up and down his arms. He's got feathers jutting out of one side of his body. Everything about him just looks twisted and wrong. Very different from the Imhotep that you lost not that long ago, all things considered. I assume Phantom still is holding the book, right?
Yes.
Imhotep is going to look at Phantom, smile, and simply say, "That belongs to me." And he's gonna cast Gios.
Do I have a saving throw on that?
You will have to do a wisdom saving throw with a DC. I never seem to find my spell save DC on here.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I rolled a 7, and it's like 10.
That belongs to me.
Hey, I know what a Gios looks like. We just fought a bard. I would have given it to you anyway, man. Here.
He takes the book, he closes it, and he kind of looks around.
And as you close the book, I will say you can pull a quasit out. So for the listeners, a quasit is a little 2 to 3 foot tall gremlin-like demon with buggy eyes.
So as the book closes and the rift shuts, the bandages unwrap, and you can from his wing, and you can see this horrifying. It looks like a baby bird's wing. It's like all shriveled and gross, and has like dead feathers growing off of it. The bandages completely mummify this closet. He is wrapped entirely, and is now being held in the air. He just kind of looks at everybody and says, "I take it much has happened in my absence."
How do you like my army? Silence, not a good sign. Everyone's not a fan, it seems like.
I'm gonna do it.
I'm a slug, so
I'm gonna do it. No, you're not are you a slug?
A gorillapede.
I was.
He got.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
You transformed him. That's right.
Can I just scoop him up so he doesn't get hurt?
You can.
Okay, I scoop you up, buddy.
Phantom's on the ground at this point. He's on his knees, right?
I would say not on knees, like laying on the floor, like you do when like all of your bills just got finished and you know you have to go to work tomorrow.
No, don't be relatable.
He kind of leans down. You have worked hard for this, to bring me back. I can tell it has taken its toll on you. I am pleased that you did such a thing for me, though your understanding of the book shows how truly weak you are. And he's gonna reach down, he's gonna pull the mask off.
I would like to at least weakly and feebly bat that hand away.
You're welcome to. He's gonna bind your hands with his 2 free bind wrappings.
Dice, get the dice. Who rolls what?
Yeah. I would say Phantom make a dexterity saving throw.
Not dexterity, no. I have disadvantage on this.
Is that him? Is that really him?
17.
Imhotep, make a melee attack roll with advantage. The DC is Phantom 17.
That is an 18.
So you restrain him and tear off the mask.
All right, everyone but Mary, Constitution saving
And I have
throws.
disadvantage. Well, no, I'm a slug.
Actually, yeah, you know what? Not invisible, man.
Yeah.
You've got bug perception.
Yeah.
So it should just be an Imhotep?
Honestly, Imhotep's seen it, so it's just you, I guess.
All right. Con +2, that's fine. That's a 13.
I wanted the DC to be 15. The horrors of the mottled, disgusting, fleshy face, they're just his soul bared out. That's who he is.
Damn, all right. Heavy.
Is this what you wanted? And then I'm gonna grab Imhotep's like skull face and just make eye contact. Feast your eyes. Glut your soul on my accursed ugliness. And then I'm gonna try to push him in the lake.
Go ahead and make a contested strength roll.
No, he pushes Imhotep into the lake.
Okay.
Yay!
But he takes the mask with him.
You weren't listening to the other episodes. I reach into one of my many extra masks and put one on.
But he kind of stands back up, kind of looks at the fact that he's now dripping wet. He says, I will keep this as your thank you for my sacrifice. And he pockets the mask.
Phantom is on his hands and knees now, looking around like a rabid animal, just like eyes darting between each of you, hostile, ready for a fight or have to defend himself.
So Imhotep makes his way back up the other side and goes to Larry. I am sorry that you had to witness this.
Yeah, Larry's just like dumbstruck by literally everything that just occurred under the span of a couple minutes. And he's like, are you really here?
I'm trying to crawl on your shoulder.
Yeah, I put you on my shoulder.
He kind of reaches his hand out and takes Larry's wrist and then puts it against the gross face that is Imhotep's face.
Squelch.
What do you think?
I don't know. I guess. I'm glad you're back, buddy. And I'm gonna bring him into a gross squelchy hug. With feathers and bandages.
Because he's also dripping wet at the same time, too.
Oh, it's nasty, but man, he missed you.
He's not going to reciprocate. He's just kind of squeezing the bear hug. I missed you, too.
Okay, I'm going to need a minute, honestly.
Take all the time you need.
And then I think that is a perfect time to cut back to hell.
Fucking knew it.
Uh-oh.
I fucking knew it.
Uh-oh.
As Imhotep, you make your way into Avernus.
So, Dan messaged me and he said, in the event that we don't get back in time, are you ready to play a chaotic evil Imhotep? My hands are shaking right now from the fact that I had to do so much right there. I'm like, I'm sorry, Aaron, that I stole the mask thing from you, but I'm like, what is the most evil fucking thing I can do to this dude?
You fight the toughest guy in the jail yard. That's what you do.
It's a great moment. It's really good. I don't know how I'm supposed to rejoin the party, but we'll figure that out eventually.
Congratulations. You have met the fate of my very first RPG character ever, which is backing yourself into such a chaotic evil corner that nobody trusts you anymore.
Mine was a neutral evil corner.
So yeah, while that's all happening, regular Imhotep at this point is sprinting out of Disland up to Avernus.
And you follow the path of the parades as they are marching their way up towards the war zone. And you can hear the commotion and you can feel all of the chaos as it intensifies. You feel the energy around you beginning to waver and dissipate, and you see the soldiers begin to panic as they are sent in all different directions. They are running past you backwards and forwards. Soldiers are running the front lines. You feel energy going off all around you from both weaponry keeping the demons at bay and teleportation magic sending the forces of hell to the material plane, try to stop the bleeding and do triage on these rifts in the abyss that are appearing there.
Good Imhotep is going to kind of come up to this and he's like, well, we made it this far. The fuck else is gonna happen? And just gonna take off sprinting.
As you say the fuck else is gonna happen, make a dexterity saving throw.
That is that's not terrible. It's a 12.
With a 12.
Just kill me and send me back. You know you want to.
Well, I'm going to. It's just how.
No, you rolled like shit. It's coming. It's coming.
Some shadows that are tearing through this abyssal rift in hell fly overhead, and a flock of Irinis circle around, ready to gather a radiant smite, and you are thrown to the ground as you are bombarded with radiant energy that burns you to a crisp and sends you back down to Nessus.
We are the outcasts, the misfits you might say. We deal with the nightmares that you run away from every single day. We know the world is a gruesome little place, but us outsiders, we've developed quite a taste for the grisly and morbid, the ghastly and the horrid. We know it's awful, dreadful, but we like it. Just another haunted night, shrouded with unearthly fright. So when you're oh so terrified, you know who to call. The world is falling apart, we'll never take it to heart. Some monsters and creatures and spirits and specters and all, let's all have a ball.
WWE wrestling style body slam Erik into the water.
There's got to be consequences for using a living carriage like that.
First of all, Grayson, you got auto-tuned for a second. What were you saying?
I was just doing the stupid John Cena thing.
Oh. Da, 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 da.
Yeah.
So you were copyright struck.
Yeah. in real time.